Thank you for coming tonight. This is hopefully the start of a tradition, the state of the school district. And it's not like a political state of the school district. It's really to talk about where we are as a district, what we're doing well, what we can do a better job of, and what's coming up in the future. And sorry, I'm a little distracted because I can't get this thing to stop doing that. Let's see if this works. All right, I think we got it. So, I started as the superintendent back in August, and part of becoming new to an organization is really trying to develop an understanding of an organization and understanding of the school district. I've taken the first 6 months, and it's now about exactly 6 months, to really learn about Dexter Community Schools, the Dexter community, and what are our strengths, what are our challenges, and what are our future opportunities or directions. So tonight, I'm going to take some time and really explain what I've learned, not just through my eyes, but through eyes of those in the district. We'll take probably about an hour and a half, maybe an hour and 20 minutes, and go through pretty detailed. So the theme is really, and what I've found, and not to oversimplify it, but what I found over the last 6 months as I've really learned about Dexter Community Schools is we are really a community of learners. And what that means is we care about education at about every level of the community. It's really, really unique, and it's really evident looking at as many people that came out tonight on a Thursday night when it's sad to say, kind of warm. It's like a 40-degree swing from yesterday morning, and it's still really cold, but to be able to come out and listen to what is a perspective on the district and what's happening in the district, and just to get kind of an update. So our vision as a school district is to champion learning, develop, educate, and inspire. And we are really striving towards that vision from what I've found. And tonight we're going to work within that vision to really explain what I believe where we are as a district. So to get started, the speakers, I'm going to talk briefly, give an overview of the last 6 months of learning. Then we're going to have Amelia Sadler is going to talk. She's a Dexter High School student. She's going to talk about development. She's going to talk about what in Dexter Community Schools, in terms of one of our programs, has helped her really develop as a student and as a learner. And then we'll be followed by Kiana Marquez, Mill Creek student, who will do something very similar, but talking from a middle school perspective. Then Dr. Ken Moore, our director of bands, is going to talk about how the arts inspires. Louis Kurtz, Dexter High School student, is going to talk a little bit about how his experiences through athletics and or the arts have helped develop him as a student, as a learner, and as a person. Kim Covert, our director of community ed, will come up and talk a little bit about how community ed is involved in education, and we got some exciting things to talk about there. Michael Wendorf, the board president, is going to talk about championing learning. And then I'll give a little summary, talk about future directions and some things we're working on. And then we'll be all left on a really inspiring note by Delson Packian, who's going to talk. He's going to really kind of inspire us. He's a third grader at Wiley. So to get started, I came in, and at the beginning of the school year, I sent out to everybody my entry plan. So if you look at research, when you go into an organization, especially when you walk in, the unique part about being a superintendent is you walk in day one. It's not like you can just walk in and float your way and learn about the organization. People are expecting you to make all kinds of decisions, and you're still trying to figure out where the buildings are. I had time to find them, but you're still learning the details. So one of the keys to really enter well and to understand an organization is to start off with an entry plan. And I really find, and hopefully you'll find with me, I think being open and honest and just sharing what's really on my mind and what I plan to do, it makes life so much easier. So I sent out the entry plan. And in that entry plan, I outlined that we'd have a state of the school district at 7 o'clock on February 13th. I originally said it was February 5th, but I would have been kind of dodging a performance. And we would have had a bigger crowd, but you would not have wanted to listen to me. And I can't tap dance, and it would have been, it would not have been good. So, we moved it a week. Worked out well because last Wednesday it snowed, and it snowed right when the buses and everybody was heading to school. So last Wednesday was not a great day. Today the weather's so much better, so this worked out. So in the entry plan, I outlined goals and objectives. Most of them were things to learn about student achievement. Where are we in terms of student achievement? What do we do well? How do we actually, what are our processes? How do we ensure what we teach and do a good job of it? How do we support everybody to make sure we support students, we support teachers, etc. Also wanted to look at it, in terms of governance and performance. Where are we? Where are we with budgets? Where are we with, in terms of a community, etc. So a lot of detail to really break down. I can break down a bunch of pictures. So in terms of student performance, we're doing pretty well. We're doing really well. This is just a quick summary of where we are in terms of MEP scores and MME and ACT scores. So if you look over this way on the left, you see all the purple. Purple's good. That means we're above the state average everywhere in this column. In this column, this is all the little markings and colors mean that we're outpacing the state, we're outpacing the county, we're above the county average, above the state average, etc. It's mostly purple except at the very top where we have some math scores. Our math scores could improve, and they're actually in the process of improving. We just received, about 2 weeks ago, the state gives the MEP scores to the districts to review and make sure it's in a massive Excel sheet. They won't let us tell you what they are. They're embargoed. And I don't know what the penalty is, but I can tell you, in those early grades where you see that, we're doing much better. So when we get to share it, they're up overall. So then, looking at ACT scores. In terms of ACT scores, we're near the top of the state for our high school ACT average scores. We have advanced placement. Last year we had 423 seats used. That means the number of students in actual classes for advanced placement, so the number of seats. Out of those, we had 374 AP exams taken. 86% of the kids that took the test got a 3 or higher. We do pretty well in AP. We do really well. For example, in AP Calculus, and because I'm standing here and I'll get one number wrong, it's either 38 or 39 students took the test. Let's say it's 39. 38 of the students scored a 5, which is the highest scoring on the AP Calc exam. One student scored a 4. So the average out of AP Calc is like 4.83, I think, or somewhere like that. That is a phenomenal average. That shows the quality of the instruction and of the students that we have here. IB seats this year, we have 327 IB seats. The assessments will be taken sometime in May. We'll get the results in July. It's the first year for that program, for those students to take the full program, the full 2 years. So we'll get the assessment results. I'm anticipating similar results. When you look in terms of where we rank in the state in overall scores, I just want to point out the high school first. Because really, judging the strength of a district, you can see a pattern at the high school. So if you look above for math, our high school math MME scores are at the top 6% in the state of Michigan. Our high school reading scores are in the top 3% of all high schools in Michigan. So that's if you just look at total scores. That's pretty impressive. I believe we can actually move up a little higher. If you look at Mill Creek, top 10%, top 16%. Over in the elementaries, we had, in reading, in the top 14 and top 7%. When we actually get to release the reading scores, I am anticipating Bates to be in about the top 7% also. In terms of math, Bates and Cornerstone both saw huge increases on their test scores in 3rd grade for the kids that were in 2nd grade last year. So, positive direction. Had a change this year in math that'll actually make it even better. Adoption of everyday math has helped align curriculum and really give training to teachers and really try to solidify our programming.